Hello and welcome to episode 60 of Leaf Blower Revolution. 60 episodes. Today we'll look at card Transcension. I feel an urge to do it as fast as possible because I heard of yet another galaxy. Not necessarily complaining, but there's so much content in this game and they keep adding more and more, so I want to be ready for the next big update. So I made a lot of progress. By the way, this is a new pet from the Transcension update, the shark, which increases the chance of getting cards. I think I forgot to show what are my odds, but I will have by the end of this video 16% chance of getting normal cards and 60% chance of getting boss cards. Might as well tell you right now in case I forget. So we'll take a look at this. Will we see the whole update? I don't know if I forgot anything, but I can always show the rest in next episode. So I made a lot of progress upgrading stuff. The most important is of course tools and unique leaves. Pets, I still do it because I have leftover essence. But so here's my shark. I updated my first pet team who does farm the witch. They added craft hammer, which I don't feel is that useful for the price, so I'm not gonna use that for now. What I'm interested in is boss card collector. But yeah, we have craft hammer now in those type of leaves, which I have a little bit of difficulty getting. I piled them up, I don't get that much, but anyways. With gems, I can always get a lot. So maximum is 10 for now. That's going to change a lot. So 10 per card, right? That's going to change with Transcension. Viking Borb is new. It increased player damage according to the amount of Borb that I slap. At first I didn't understand what he meant by that. It's not auto slapping, but you have to click to slap those Borbs, and I never did that, so I'll easily increase the percentage, and throughout the episode I'll show you the progress I made doing that. And here that's what I'm going to try to do. But I didn't know about the clicking. So right now I just auto slap Borbs and it does nothing. I'll do a jump cut where now I understand, and we'll zoom in and you'll see the effect. I'll just slap one or two of them and you'll see the bonus going up very fast. And towards the end of the video, you're gonna see how much progress I made, as I said, and it's pretty significant. Okay, so 190%, let's remember this number. But there's another piece of equipment also. I don't know if you notice, they all maxed out, almost, besides Zoo Trader, Viking, and Wizard hat. And I noticed my Wizard hat is pretty low, by the way. We'll go back to this if I can remember. Little doggo. It's good that I have a tendency to pet my pets as a reflex or a habit or an OCD thing or whatever. But I pet my pet quite a lot, so it's not a problem. I already have decent numbers. It was a bit fast, but if you go back and pause, you'll see the number. I forgot what it is. So here's the jump cut where I figured it out. And so 209%, okay? And I'm gonna slap a Borb. I have to wait for them to spawn and I'll click. See, I just slapped it to 12%. So yeah, I'm gonna do a lot of Borb slapping, you know, just to increase my damage. I really want to increase my damage. I want to kill those terrors. And I might reach a certain number. Well, I don't want to give away what's going to happen in this video yet. We're in the tower here, and why am I here? Because I'm trying to get some of those Viking Borbs and the other thing, a little pet something, I forgot the name. Because I don't have much, I have 86, oh now 94, right? It's 8 a pop, 8, so I just gotta sit there and farm those. We're about to look at Transcension, by the way. I gotta enable it, so I didn't understand how it worked, of course, because it's a new mechanic. At the beginning, you sacrifice 10 cards for Transcension card parts, but I'll increase certain things which will increase the cost as well. So here I get one, just one Transcension card part. And what I want to do is every zone and the tower, I'll sacrifice those cards to get those card parts and increase how much I can get. So what I'm interested in is the bottom one. Increase Transcension card parts received by transcending cards by 1. So I'll increase that by a lot, and I'll increase how much cards I can hold. So here I'm just transcending each of those, and I'll have to go back into each of those area and reform, and only do common and uncommon. So it's not as bad as it sounds. I just gotta let it sit, and I'm at 7,000 hours now in this game. I just let it run, right? So I switch zones when it's time. Now I just double how much I make, and now it's 2, right? I get 2, but it's for common cards. The higher the cards, the more card parts you get, Transcension card parts. So it's very interesting. I really like this mechanic. I like the cards, and I like the fact that you can transcend them. And you'll see towards the end of the video how many cards I can hold now and how much I get. So now I'm triple from the beginning. When I look at the footage, I panic. Look at what I'm about to do. You can transcend all regular cards and all boss cards, and I don't understand why I clicked on that, but I think it's a blunder, okay? But in reality, you need 10 cards for it to work, so it's not as much as a catastrophe as I expected, but I should not have clicked on that. I'll be fine. You'll see later that I still have boss cards, but what did I just do there? And I did not want to do regular cards, and I went with boss cards. That makes no sense at all. Anyways, it's a blunder. So I increased my max card by 2, so now it's 12, right? And eventually it will cost more than 10 to now right now it's still 10, but eventually when I increase how much I get per Transcension, it will increase the cost as well. As you can see, I still have boss cards there. If I had more than 10 of any boss card, they're gone. Well, whatever, I'll recover. That's really odd, I forgot that I did that. Anyways, let's move on. Let's not obsess over this mistake, because at the end of the video you'll see that I recover perfectly fine. So now I have, what, 20 cards, max cards. But there's something else that increased your max card I didn't know. If you transcend a certain amount of time, I get extra cards. That's why I'm at 21 for common and 20 for the rest. If I do it 30 times, if I transcend 30 times, I get 1 extra card. Okay, so that's really good. That's why I'll be, because I'm not gonna buy any more of those. It's getting really expensive, and I multiply by 6 the amount of Transcension card parts that I get, and yeah, it's really expensive. So would I ever increase this again? Maybe. It depends how the game develop, how things go. But anyways, look, 13,000%, much better than before, and it's going to go up even more. Better counting. Remember that counting thing in the cheese pub? Sometimes we forget about it. We're gonna go visit it. So 2 new upgrades here. Okay, and I maxed out normal card detector because I could afford it, I suppose. I think I did it for every single leaf type. Wow, looking for my words again. Look at that, they changed the interface, and you can gamble, okay, to multiply by 3 how many counts you get. Well, I'll just let it auto count. I don't think I'll visit this too much. And look, I got 128,000 energy. Why is that? That's because I made a special, in fact I repurposed my floor set, and I went with max electrical energy and electrical energy percent for storage. Okay, so I could buy as many upgrades as possible in the electricity shop, or the electric shop, in preparation for getting enough damage to fight those terrors. Oh, 1.63 million now. We keep going up. I did a lot of this Borb slapping. Also, I obviously sat in the tower, which helps me get a higher percentage. I was gonna re-edit this part. We're gonna wait just a few little seconds and look at my cars. See, I go back to 1.74 million %. I already showed that. There you go. 23 cars is the maximum I can get, okay? Because I did enough Transcension for common. I'm pointing to it right now. Every 30, I get an extra card. But uncommon, well, uncommon is the same because it's not bad at all. But then if I go rare, I'm about to click 22. I did it a little less, and then after that for epic it's 21, and the rest is all 21. I think if you go plus 10, I guess you already had one, so it brings, oh no, I'm at plus 11. Never mind. But look, it's pretty expensive now. 779 if I want to increase how much I get, and max cards 519, so it's getting expensive. And I'll buy a couple of little things like a bus card detector maybe, or card detector. I think I bought some of those, but yeah, it's getting expensive, so I'm not going to spend too much on that for a while. But these are my cards right now, and I went to every area, sat there, next area, sat there one by one, so I could get all the common and uncommon cards up to the maximum, which is 23. And now the question is, how much DPS do I have? Am I ready to fight those terrors? Let's look at Leafscension. Somebody asked me, and it would be a good time to show you. You can see that I have all the epic ones made, but I only have one leaf that's at epic. The rest is not there yet, so no point. Crafting higher. Rare is at 10, 13, 13. Okay, I need 16 to go up. So if I sit there and do a lot of Leafscension, I could bring them all up to epic, but maybe not the gem leaves or ancient leaves, because sometimes I was lazy and I would just use gems without using these seed artifacts, you know, to make sure that I have at least one of those ancient or gem leaves before I time skip. Because if I have 0, it gives me 1 leaf. If I have 1 leaf, it gives me 1 E300. See, 16. So I have to work on that, but we'll see how much damage I have and the effect on the bosses. And I keep upgrading here as high as possible. Everything in the electric shop until I'm done. Once I'm done, I'll switch to the DPS set. So 355,000 is the highest I can reach right now. Once I make a plasma set, it will be higher. I would like to buy the 432k upgrade that enables me to get another relic, but it's only 1 out of 12, so I would go to 13. Look, 10.23 million now. Keeps going up. And look at that. Everything's maxed out. Well, almost. We're almost there. Okay. So let's see how much DPS I have. The goal, according to Discord, is 7 point something E66. I want to thank Norby in advance. Okay, thank you Norby for guiding me. Something happened. So look at that, 1.71 E67. So it's at least double the minimum requirement. So I should be able to kill at least one of the terrors, all of them. I didn't know how it worked yet, right? So I was like, yeah, I made it. So let's try it out. Let's go kill some terrors. I got enough DPS. So let's go in the energy belt. Blue planet edge. And let's go kill that terror. Wait a minute, I don't have enough. Well, I thought it was 7.7 something E66. Okay, so there's a place, I'm not showing it in this video, and it's Norby who told me this. There's a place where they show you how much damage you make to each of the mobs, okay? And I guess they have some sort of resistance against pure damage. This is pure damage, this is not elemental damage. And I'll explain in the conclusion in more detail the discussion I had with him, because we're gonna go straight to the solution that I found that was validated by Norby. But like a big boy, I found out on my own. So what I decided to do is switch. You just saw me play with my Witch Essence set. Well, I switched to Curse, and I'll sit at the Witch farming Curse to increase my DPS, and I'll keep the pure damage set again at the end. Look, 11 million curses per kill is pretty good. And I don't have absolutely spectacular amounts of curse, so it's going to help a lot. Look, that's my first legendary witch card. I have 3 now, by the way. Okay, so I'm at 5.16 billion curses. Well, I think now I may have double by the time of this footage. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna keep going like this. And yeah, I don't have time to... Oh, here, there you go. We're at the house, so I can explain it. So what he told me, he said, look, you could... the reason why I do more damage against the green terror is because I have somewhere in my set, okay, I have damage type. I don't know which damage type does damage to a weaker type. I would have to look it up. It's easy. So he said you could replace... That's from him. I could replace, for instance, blower damage plus with one corresponding damage type, okay, and I should be able to kill them all. Or if I stay pure damage, I need way more damage, okay, but I don't have to bother with switching damage types. So what I decided to do is sit there and get more curse, increase my pure damage set damage, and I should be able, I hope so at least, to kill all the terrors without having to play with damage types for now, because the plasma leaf damage set will have damage type. But every time you have to go transformation and, you know, switch the damage type, so it can be an annoyance. That's the advantage of having a pure set. So the place to find out how much damage you do to each mob is here. Please ignore the numbers. I don't want to show you because I'm making some progress for next video, so it would be some sort of a spoiler. So it would show that I was close to the 7 point something E66 damage for each of the terror, especially green, but not quite there. That's where you need to have this amount of damage, not the damage that's shown in the normal stats. That's what I did not understand. Having done more research on Discord, I would have known, but thanks to Norby, now I know. So we'll go with that strategy. And next episode, well, unless there's a big update once again, anyways, I should be able to kill those terrors. In fact, I don't want to make an episode until I kill those terrors. And if I need to go damage type, I will. That's what I got for you today. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit thumbs up and leave a comment below. If you want to support this channel, you can subscribe and hit the notification bell to make sure you don't miss future videos. Thank you for watching and see you next time.